Welcome to Joseph's Reserves. Today we have a 2-box penny hunt. We have our Series 1 books here. And in that Series 1 books, our big book here has 7 coins in it. So we're going to definitely be trying to fill that in. Our small books, number 1, right here, we have 54 of the 87 that can fill in here. The main one we're looking for is this 1963. That is the last memorial cent penny that we're going to be looking for. After that, our book number 2 and 3 of our Series 1 are completely full. In the last box, box number 4, we were able to completely fill this second folder. We do have a few coins to upgrade, so we will be pulling out any of the nicer looking ones as well. And in our last book of the Shield Cents, we filled that out after 2 boxes, but we will still be looking for any very clean ones to replace any that have a duller look or maybe something kind of on them. So follow along with me. We'll be pulling out all the copper, wheats, and any nicer looking coins. So first, let's go ahead and open up these boxes and we'll start looking for some enders. This one looks promising right here. Oh, not quite a wheat, but definitely copper. Doesn't look like we have any other wheats. Let's go ahead and check this one here. Definitely a copper again. I already looked through the holes in the bottom and I know there's no wheats on the other side. Let's see on this side here. This one looks pretty nasty. Nope, that's a shield cent. Alright, looks like no enders this time. That's alright. We'll go ahead and start with the hunt. Okay, find number 1. We've got a 12-sided Canadian coin. I know the 12-sided coin started in 1983. I think went to the end of the copper era, which was 1996. I want to say somewhere in the 80s. Well, it's flipped towards the date, but I didn't even see it. Let's see, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, 83. I'm pretty sure that's the first year that they did this 12-sided edge. All right, first find. What roll was that? Roll number 2 of the box. Roll number 2 of the hunt. Box number 5. We got a Canadian. Let's go find some more. All right, we've got a wheat penny here. Look at this cruddy looking thing. Super green. Looks like all the detail is completely worn, but this is wheat cent number 1. We're in roll number 8. Oh, I almost showed the date. To me, this looks like it might be a pre-40s. Maybe a 30s coin. Hopefully even older than that. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. 1917. Wow, look at this thing. So 1917 was actually the last year before they put the VDB down here on Lincoln's shoulder. That was between 1909 and 1917 that they had no VDB at all. In 1909, they had the VDB back here. And then they went to this design where there was no VDB at all. In 1918, they added the VDB even to today. Let's see, here's a 2022. You can see the VDB pretty clearly on this, there it is, on the shoulder right here of Abraham Lincoln. All right, wheat cent number 1, 1917. This should be going into the big book, unless I don't have it in my personal collection. Not in great condition, but it is a teens. Good find. Here is a first year Lincoln Memorial cent. I like to check the back of these. There are a few errors to find, but the most obvious one had a wheat back on it. There was a mistake at the mint in 1959. I'm not sure how many examples there are, but they are very valuable, so you might as well check. Oh, we've got another wheat cent here. All right, it's facing down. Let's see what we've got. Okay, this is wheat cent number 2 of the box. Roll 24. It has been a slow box, guys. Wheat cent number 2. So that means we found 1 wheat cent every 12 rolls. Oh, I flipped it too quick, but we've got 1951. 1951. The last find was a 1917. All right, a 50s wheat cent. I'm not sure if we need 1951. If we don't need it in the small book, it will be going in the big book. All right, let's go find some more. Oh, here's another wheat cent. It's a pretty old one. 1936. Let's go ahead and check out the reverse. It's got a pretty good amount of detail. 1936 from Philadelphia. Alright, that is wheat cent number 3 on roll number 29. Still pretty slow for the box overall, but I'm sure we'll find more. Here's an interesting looking one, and it is a wheat cent. It's a 1944 from Denver with some really deep purples and a yellow splotch there. Usually this kind of toning maybe is really reflective, but this time it's pretty dull almost. But it is a 1944 wheat cent. Wow, look at that. Wheat cent number 4 on roll 27 of the box. Very interesting color. Alright, it's a find. Oh my gosh, and there's another find right here in the same roll, roll 27. This is the oldest Canadian coin I've ever found. King George V. King George V. I believe he was King. Oh man, I can't even think of the date. I've never found one this old. I want to say 1920s or earlier. 1932. Look at that. Wow. All right, I have my Canadian collection right here. I put together this bag and wrote dates on it. Let's zoom out. Wrote dates on it, the composition. 1932 falls in between here, 95.5% copper, 3.24 grams. This is the oldest Canadian cent I have ever found. That is just awesome. I think this is the oldest coin of the hunt so far. Oh no, we did have that 1917. But wow, look at that. That is so cool. 1932. I'll have to do some learning about King George V, about when he ruled over Great Britain. This is a Canadian coin, correct? Yes. Canada, 1 cent. And then eventually they went over to this design. I'm not sure when exactly. This coin is 50 years older than this other Canadian that we found. Wow, look at that. Awesome find. In the same roll as that 44 wheat cent. Let's find what else is in here. Oh, we've got a Canadian coin right here. It was right next to this 2009. A 1991. That's a 12-sided coin. This is the last few years before they went away from copper. They stepped away from copper in 1996. All right, our third Canadian coin. So far, we've found this previous design from 83. That one was also a 12-sided coin. Not sure when they switched that design. And then we've also have Queen Elizabeth's grandfather, George V, in a 1932 coin. All right, our third Canadian, and that was from roll 35. Here's another wheat cent number 4. No, sorry, wheat cent number 5. A 1944. So we did just find this 1944. Oh, that's a Denver. 1944 Denver. Now we have 1944 Philadelphia. This is roll number 31. Okay detail, but for a 40s coin, we wanted to look better. This is, I think, the most common date, the highest mintage year is this 1944. I personally really like finding these right after the steel cent 1943 coin. From the years 1944 to 1946, they actually used ammo casings from the war to make these coins. I find that incredibly interesting, that these are actual brass coins instead of bronze. Wheat cent number 5 in roll 31. We're a little bit behind for the box, but we have found a few Canadians, so that's all right. Let's find some more. Here's a 1959. Again, that's the first year of the memorial cent. This one's kind of chewed up. It's from Denver. I do take a moment to check all these for that mule wheat reverse, but I believe there was only one found. There it is, the 1963. So with this coin, we finished all of our memorial cents in our Series 1 books. It was the last roll, well, I guess the last two rolls of box number 5. So it took us 5 boxes to finish the Lincoln Memorial Cent series. Alright, let's finish out these rolls. Alright, we are halfway through the hunt. Got through one of the boxes. So let's do a quick recap of box number 5. Here's all of our copper coins. We'll figure out a weight at the end between both boxes. This one did seem a little bit light, but that might have just been a few of the rolls there. Because I know some of them also had, 10 or more coins per roll. So we ended up with 5 wheat cents. It's about half of what we want per box. But we did end up with a 1917, a 1936, 2 1944s, and a 1951. If we ended up with a 20s, we would have gotten one from each decade, which is pretty cool. Except for the 1909. Then we did get at least one of each design of the 2009 coins. I pulled out these two, this purple coin here, and this worn through coin that the edge almost entirely, the zinc is worn through, and other than that it's in a pretty good condition. It just looks interesting, so I pulled it aside. I did find this completely beat up 1959 and 2 very red copper cents. That's a 1970S and a 1973D. We got these 2 little stacks of 2017 from Philadelphia with a P mint mark, and the 3 Canadians. Other than that, I pulled aside all of the nice looking zinc memorial cents, and then of course our shield cents and memorial cents here that we're going to be going through for varieties. So we'll go ahead and get through this box and then start looking through everything. Oh, here is another wheat cent. This is the first of our second box of the hunt. So it'll be roll 53. And overall in the hunt is wheat cent number 6. 1956 Denver. In pretty good condition. For a 50s, it's in pretty bad condition. We found another 1956 Denver. Roll number 55. Second one of this box, number 7 of the hunt. So in the first 5 rolls of box number 2, we found 2 wheat cents. Actually, both of them were 1956 Denver. This one has a little bit more detail than the last, but still not in the condition we want for a 50s coin. There's another wheat cent. Wheat cent number 8. It's number 3 in this box, and that's roll number 59. So we're doing really well in this box so far. Let's go ahead and see what day this is. 3, 2, oh, well, let's zoom in first so you can see that detail. 3, 2, 1. 1951. Is that an S? 1951 S. It's in not great condition, but it is a San Francisco mint mark. If I do get one in the 50s, I'd prefer it to be from San Francisco. All right, let's keep. There's a 1959. There's quite a bit of smudge right there on the date, but it is a 1950. Oh, is that a 19? No, it is 9. Yeah, 1959. For a second, I thought it was a 1950. First year memorial cent. Wow, this is the one we've been looking for that we just found in the last box. Look at this. This thing looks uncirculated. 1963. The one we were looking for in basically a BU condition. I almost don't really want to touch it. All right, another wheat cent. 1941, Philadelphia. This is in roll 64. Already the 4th wheat of the box. This is going to be a very good box. It's from the 40s. Not great condition, but that's okay. Oh, the roll just ripped open and I saw this here. Wheat cent number, oh gosh, I'm kind of mixing them up over here. I think that was wheat cent number 5. Yeah, wheat cent number 5 for the box, 10 for the hunt already. We've already doubled, or we've already matched box number 1 in just, this is roll 66. In just 16 rolls, we've matched box number 1. You can see all those lines right there in the wheat. This might be a better condition coin. Let's see, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 1949. 1949 Denver. It's almost disappointing to see the 40s and 50s, right? But we got to remember, this coin is 76 years old. And it's been in circulation this whole time. I mean, I just found it in a roll. It's pretty amazing that in 76 years, this is the condition it's in. Anyway, let's keep going. Another first year memorial cent. 1955. This one looks like it might have been cleaned. Kind of has a straight mirror finish instead of having that cartwheel. As you go this way in the light, there's supposed to be a line that's across the coin that kind of spins around and reflects it in a different way. This one definitely looks like it was clean because it's lost that coin-like reflectiveness. 1955. This is wheat cent number 6. So in just 19 rolls, roll 69, we've been able to beat the last box. Yeah, this one was definitely cleaned. But it does look really good. Look at that, the reverse there. Not quite sure if I'm going to keep this in the book or not. This is the first time I've come across a cleaned wheat cent. It'd be better than having a hole, so it won't upgrade as if it's in this nice of a condition. But if it's empty, we'll definitely put it in. Another first year memorial cent. First year memorial cent. Okay, another wheat cent. Wheat cent number 7 for this box. 12 for the whole hunt. This is roll 73. Three, 2, 1. 1958. Another wheat cent, just the next roll. Look at this. This one is a little bit more of that like light brown color. So I think it might be a little older. Hopefully it's a pre-40s. 3, 2, 1. Oh, 1951. Another 1951 from San Francisco. That is wheat cent number 8, roll number 74. That's just wheat cent number 8 of this box. So that's 13 of the hunt. We've got a wheat cent here. This is wheat cent number 9 of this box, 14 of the hunt. We're on roll number 76. Let's see what year this is. 45 San Francisco. All right. If we get one in the 40s and 50s, I like to see it from San Francisco. I'd like it in a better condition, but this is all right. Wheat cent number 14. Here we have another wheat cent. This one is 1956. Wheat cent number 10. 10 wheat cents is our goal for any box. So we're only at roll 79, and we've just reached our goal for the box. We may even be able to catch up, make up for the last box, and get to 20. So this is 10 for this box, 15 for the hunt. Is this another wheat cent in the same roll? Looks like a 1951. 1951. Denver wheat cent. Wheat cent number 11 of the box, still in roll 79. 2 wheat cents in the same roll. That very rarely happens. All right, well, let's keep it going. Wheat cent number 12 of the box, 17 of the hunt. We got another 1956. This one's from Denver. In pretty much the same condition we've been getting the other ones. This one might be a little bit better. But another wheat cent for the board. We got a first year memorial cent. We already saw the reverse, so we know it's a memorial. This is a wheat cent. 1939. It's our first pre-40s in our box, which is surprising because this is wheat cent number 13. Wheat cent number 13 of our box. And this is the first pre-40s, and it barely made it. 1939. So wheat cent number 13 of the box, which means 18 of the hunt. This is roll number 93. So we're almost at the end of box number 2. This looks to be in pretty good condition as far as details on the back, but the front has some wear and this kind of glob up here. I'm just looking at Liberty right there. It almost looked like I even saw some doubling. Let me get my magnifying glass and we'll take a closer look. So it does not look to have actual doubling there. There's this glob. I might be able to get that off with just some hot water. Very interesting discoloration marks there. But it is a 1939 wheat cent, number 18 of our hunt. If we get 2 more, then box number 6 will make up for what lacked in box number 5. And that would make for 15 in box number 6 alone. Let's see if we can do it. Oh my goodness, this is another wheat cent here. The next roll. So what's that? Roll number 94. We got a 1958 Denver wheat cent. This one's in decent condition as far as what we've been getting. Oh, there's some crud right here. Kind of stuck to it. This is wheat cent number 19 of the hunt. Number 14 of this box here. Roll number 94. Let's keep it going. Ooh, a Canadian cent here. Canadian cent. This is a round edge with Queen Elizabeth. I know that this crown she's wearing is, I believe, the second design, which means it's not early 50s. It's likely a 60s coin. So either a 60s or a 70s is what I'm going to go for. Let's see. Oh, a 75. All right. Canadian coins. That's our 4th Canadian coin of this hunt. We got 2 12-sided ones. And now a round edge. And then we also have a King George V that we found earlier. This one's from 1932. All right, 4 Canadians. All right, this is wheat cent number 20 of the hunt. And of course, we've got another 1956 from Denver. This one's got some interesting color on it. But it is a wheat cent. So it does count. This is roll number 96, right here at the end of the box. Wheat cent number 15 of this box, 20 of our 2-box hunt. 1956 Denver. And I say another because this is the 4th one we found in this box. Oh, and that is it. So this is our 4th 1956 Denver. So even if we didn't have it before, we would have filled our big book and our little book of this 1956 Denver. All right, wheat cent number 20. No way. Here's another one. Wheat cent number 16 of the box. 21 of the hunt. 1944 Denver. Look at that. Number 16. This is roll number 97, by the way. Roll number 97. All right, so now we have 2 empty boxes. We looked through 100 rolls of pennies. That's 5,000 pennies that we looked at. In those 5,000 pennies, we found 21 wheat cents. The oldest one being a 1917. We also found a 36 and a 39. Those are all our pre-40s, and the rest were 40s and 50s. There's 21 wheat cents in 2 boxes, and we also found 4 Canadian cents. This is all of our shiny copper that is likely going to be an upgrade. We did find the 1963. We found it in box 5, but we already found an upgrade for it in box 6. I don't want to touch it too much on the face because it is pretty much BU. So that's our 1963. So that'll finish out all our memorial cent coins. And then here I set aside the shinier memorial cents, the zinc ones, so that we can go ahead and try to upgrade as many as we can. And then over here I have 2 of these containers of the shield cents. And then this is all of the zinc memorial cents that were not shiny enough to go into this pile. And here we have all of the copper that was pulled aside. I'm going to go ahead and sort through all this and separate it by date and do what I do with the copper cents. I separate it by decade and then look through each year so that I can look for varieties and things like that. I'm going to be doing the same thing with these shinier memorial cents. Unfortunately, I don't want to go through all of the shield cents or these zinc cents here maybe some of them, if I find some that are decent looking. Not sure why this one didn't go into the pile. I'll go ahead and add it. Yeah, so that's what we've got here. Let's see, I pulled aside some other ones. This is just a super beat up 1959 I set aside that I found super interesting. This is a 1995 that looked like it just had some wear, maybe went through a dryer or a washing machine, and the wear is pretty much only on the rim, so it gave it like this gray looking rim. It's pretty cool. And then this super purple looking, well, the back is super purple, the reverse is super purple, and the obverse is super yellow. Interesting coin there. So I set those aside as well. And we do have these 2017 Ps, that's both of these stacks here, and our 2009s. We only found one of the latest design. That's from Denver. So we'll see if we can upgrade that. But we'll also go through all these and see about upgrades. So first, let's go ahead and start with getting these wheat cents into the folders and looking at upgrades as far as these copper ones that I've pulled aside. Okay, so here it is, our final wrap up. Here I have piled out into 4 different 1 pound piles. They're kind of separated weird because I have them by date and I want to keep them in different decades. After this, I'm going to section them off differently and put them in 1 pound bags like this. I have certain amounts of 60s, 70s, and 80s in each of these bags that I do here, so I want to keep them separate. Anyway, between our 2 boxes, we got almost exactly 4 pounds. We were off by 3 cents here, and I put our Canadian cents here to kind of hold that space. Otherwise, that would make, minus this 1 coin, exactly 4 pounds. And then we have the rest of the wheat cents that didn't go into the book. And we did find this one die chip in this 1956. Let's see if we can get close enough to see it. If we take a close look in the 9, you can see that this die chip filled the hole in the 9. On this wheat cent. So we're going to keep that set aside. That's really the only mint error that we found. I still do have this 1955 set aside still, and this super purple 2022. Oh yeah, the back is purple, the reverse is purple, and the obverse is yellow. Anyway, I like to hold on to some interesting color ones sometimes. As far as our books, we did get some upgrades. That's my notes right here, but we ended up filling 9 spots in the big book and 6 spots, including the 1963, into the smaller book. So now we're only 17 spots away from filling the small book here. Let's take a look. These are our 17 spots. The other part of the folder is complete, but that's all the memorial cents anyway. The 1963 we found was here. I believe the one we actually found went into my personal folder, and this is what was in there previously. So even though it was a minor upgrade, it still was an upgrade, and we still got a very red cent in our book here. So as you can see, we still have some 41s and 42s, the steel cents, the 44S, 45D, some 46s and 47s. Looks like a little bit from each year until we get to 58. We also have both 56s, both 53s, and all the 51s. Other than that, we still have quite a bit of each section to add, each year to add. So we're just going to keep on looking. Our big book, we only have 16 coins in there total. But we were able to put a few coins in, like this purple and yellow 44 Denver. So we'll just keep trucking away at that as well. Alright, well that will be the video. So if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. If you know someone who might like something like this, share the video. If you like the video, make sure you give the video a like. But most of all, thanks for watching.